For everybody complaining about that woman saying the word to a little kid, maybe if the little kid wasn't acting like one, she wouldn't have had to say it.
Bombastic side eye.
Hey guys, it's your girl Cindy. Welcome back again to another video. How are you all doing? I trust you guys are having a beautiful time today. If you are new to this channel, hi, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So the internet is on fire because of this woman right here. Now I know I have reacted to this video, but I'm not gonna stop because I'll keep bringing your updates. So people are still making videos on TikTok reacting to Shiloh's racist comment to a 5-year-old black autistic boy. We all know the story. Now before I proceed, I'm gonna give a trigger warning, please. If at some point watching this video and you feel triggered, please kindly click out. So I read that she has raised over $600,000, and also these white people who are donating money for her are not only donating money for her, they are also coming for the creators that are making videos calling Shiloh out. They are dropping racist comments, which I'm going to show you some of these comments. I know in my previous videos, I have shown you, a few comments, but they are still dropping this comment. Now, this is to let you know that racism is very much alive. Guys, it is crazier on Twitter. I mean X. These white people are all out on X, dropping racist comments, coming for anyone that try to tell them that what they are doing is wrong. Some of them are making videos on TikTok, which I have put these videos together. So this video is basically for us to see, white people's reaction to this whole situation. What are they saying? I know that there are very few of them who are not in support of this whole thingy, but the majority of them are in support and coming for the creators that are calling them out. Please stay with me, guys. I just want us to see these videos. And of course, I'm going to show you some screenshots of comments. As a black woman who has 3 beautiful black kids, please check these videos out.
Is it just me, or is anyone else really rightfully so angry and annoyed that that crazy lady, Shiloh Hendricks, has raised $600,000 at the time of recording this after calling a child, let's just say, a very bad word at a park? For context, she said the to a 5-year-old black autistic boy, and instead of getting repercussions, she's getting money to help save her family, which I think is ridiculous, because if the kid's family, if the kid she targeted, if his family did the same thing, they probably would have been called ungrateful and just a bunch of other derogatory words. So the double standard is crazy. But yeah, just don't call people like the word. Just, oh my god, the craziness of this situation is absolutely unfathomable. I know I'm white and I have privileges and stuff like that, but for one thing, I'm autistic, and secondly, I feel like it's important to use my privilege to help others, so there's that. I want someone to do this. Maybe I'll do it, but I don't know. But how about we all create a counter fundraiser to Shiloh Hendricks fundraiser, where instead of being scared and trying to relocate because we did something truly awful, how about we raise money to donate to organizations that help people of color and organizations that help autistic people as well. But yeah, Shiloh Hendricks, you are truly something else, and I don't mean that in a good way.
I'm going to weigh in on the Shiloh Hendricks issue. A lot of people are going to be pissed off, but I don't care. I'm going to keep it real, okay? People are upset this woman called a child the N-word. She's claiming that the child was taking her kids' belongings. The child wouldn't stop. No one was doing anything about it. So she snatched everything, called the child an N-word, and she basically had a meltdown. And now she's getting a bunch of money donated to her. She's about to raise $1 million, and people can't believe it because she's a racist, right? Okay. here's the bigger question. Why are so many people donating to this woman? Why are so many people in this country so supercharged about this issue? Okay, we have to be accountable in every aspect of life. Okay, we can't sit down and be a victim and say, oh, racism, racism, racism. I know that's the easiest thing to say, right? You're just racist. I could go out, I don't look white, right? I'm labeled as Caucasian, but I'm Persian, and when I go in to get a passport or a citizenship, or sorry, a driver's license, whatever, I have to label myself as Caucasian. That's what the United States says that I have to do, and that's what I do. But according to everybody else, I'm not what you would consider white. So you would think that I would face racism, right? And I probably have here and there. Some people might not like me, but the bottom line is, my culture as a whole, Persian people, we don't have a reputation of robbing, stealing, being disrespectful, being loud in restaurants, talking over people, being ignorant, right? We don't do that stuff, okay? We behave the way society expects us to behave, and in return, we're treated pretty fairly, even as people who came here as immigrants and really didn't have shit when we came here, okay? A lot of us had absolutely nothing, lost everything, and couldn't even speak English, and came to this country and made it a home, but we abided by all the laws, all the rules, and we treated people with respect. Therefore, people treat us with respect. Now, let's talk about this certain group of people that you know, this woman was referring to, okay? Look at the culture as a whole, all right? How much cultural issues is going on with that group of people? Do they rob a lot? Okay, do they commit a lot of crimes? Do they commit a lot of murders? Okay, are they usually the people that you're seeing doing things that make everybody uncomfortable or make them feel unsafe? So where is the hatred coming from is what I'm trying to ask people, okay? Do you think it's possible maybe if this group of people cleaned up their act, started to behave just like everybody else does in society, then people wouldn't generalize, that people wouldn't feel this way? Because I think that's what would happen, okay? I think something magical would happen if that could occur. But until they fix their cultural issue, okay, until they fix the mother and the parent situation in the house and start raising their kids with the same ethics and morals and values as everybody else, this racism thing isn't gonna go away. That's all I gotta say.
Stop saying that it is not a word to be used on a particular group of people, because you know that that word would trigger them. So don't use it. It is not just a word. So he said in his video that people are trying to destroy Shiloh's life, that she's going viral. She did something that made her go viral. If she had said, oh, that toy is not yours, can I have it back? Thank you, and all of that, this whole thingy wouldn't be happening. Now, you said that people are trying to destroy her life, but she is labeling a 5-year-old autistic child. She is labeling this child a really, and you think that it is okay.
This was recently brought to my attention, a woman who has a fondness for the N-word, who has now been seeking out support from her community because she is now being threatened as a result of her hate crime. And I just wanted to let you guys know something, because you guys can report this all you want. It's not getting taken down, okay? I want to show you something. This is the Give, Send, Go prohibited campaigns, okay? All of these, she falls under use. She falls perfectly within use. And I want you to notice here, they do not allow anything that promotes or funds abortions or gender reassignment surgeries. So I just want you guys to give me a little bit of a guess as to who these people, Give, Send, Go, might be the type to support. Yeah, that's right, it's the fascists. I would highly just recommend not interacting with Give, Send, Go at all, because they are the type of people we do not want to be supporting, and that's exactly why she has been able to get this access. I don't believe they're going to take this campaign down, because according to them, she hasn't done anything wrong.
Hey, I just saw a video on TikTok about Shiloh Hendricks, who is a woman who's raised over $350,000 on a crowdsourcing platform after a video of her using racist and hateful speech, including repeated use of the N-word, against a non-white autistic child on a playground went viral. And she says she needs this money because she's getting attacked on social media. She doesn't feel safe in her neighborhood. So it started out as funding for her to move, but she keeps increasing the goal. So it's now up to $1 million that she's trying to raise. So she's just profiteering off of her own hatred and the fact that this video went viral. I found her crowdfunding platform, her page, and read through some of the comments that her supporters left. And it's what you'd expect. It's just some of the most vile, backwards, hateful thinking that I've personally ever read. And I found that really disheartening. It's tough to see and read things like that and to realize that there's so many hateful people out there. But it inspired me, and I don't know why, but I've created my own crowdfunding page. It's on GoFundMe, and it's called Stand Against Shiloh Hendricks and Racism. It's set up so 100% of the donations will go to the NAACP. I've never done anything like this before, and I'm honestly not whatsoever the best person or the right person to do it. I don't have much of an audience, but I'm still sort of hopefully optimistic that TikTok can just do its thing and blow this video up, make it go viral, and all of you who see it can help drive traffic to that GoFundMe page. Because the goal is to raise, the dream is to raise at least as much money as Shiloh raises, to show that love trumps hate, that there's more of us who believe in equality and will stand against racism and hatred than the minority of these corrupt, just soulless people who are supporting her. I know it's a long shot, but I do think it's possible. So all I'm asking for anyone who watches this is to like it, to repost it, and leave a comment, do all the things that will help convince the TikTok algorithm to share it out to more people. And then for everyone who can, even though TikTok makes it hard to include links and things, I'll put the URL for the NAACP GoFundMe in the description. But if you see this and you look into Shiloh Hendricks and you're as offended by her actions and her racist profiteering as I am, then please go and donate, whatever you can. So once again, it's GoFundMe. It's called Stand Against Shiloh Hendricks and Racism, supporting the NAACP. Obviously, we're not going to cure racism overnight, but it would just be really cool to see people rise up and show that a majority of us recognize how backwards and vile and ridiculous and disappointing this is. So once again, if you could just please like, comment, and repost this. And if you have the disposable funds and you can find that GoFundMe page, please donate what you can. And let's show Shiloh Hendricks that there's more of us than there are of her. Thank you.
Well, I have some updates on this one that y'all probably aren't going to like. To recap quickly, you could follow that comment if you're on TikTok. Otherwise, this is from a video where a woman was spotted at a children's playground in Rochester, Minnesota. She was yelling the N-word at a 5-year-old little black boy who has autism because he took her child's toys. And she was physically pursuing him when this other father pulled out his phone and confronted her and recorded her, and she was proud to continue using that word. So I made this post, and a lot of people were outraged by it. But then it was found by another group of people. The alt-rights, the white nationalists, the groypers, they all saw this and immediately said, "Is this our queen?" And made her like a hero. Like she was some sort of legend to them. And then they decided to message me. I got lots and lots of fan mail. I like this one about going to cut off my hands. My hands will most likely be holding a cordless hole puncher in them. So you might have to deal with that first, but good luck there, bud. Also, not all of them were terrible. I mean, thanks to this one, now I'm a wizard. But I digress. Meanwhile, the man who recorded the video got it worse. They found out who he was, started sending him threats. Then someone found an article from 2023 where he and another man were charged with an assault of a 16-year-old. And they started going, oh, this guy's a registered sex offender who doesn't even have kids and was at the playground for what reason? So first of all, he does have kids. He was there with his children. Second of all, that case, if anyone had bothered to look, but why would they do that, was dismissed back in 2023. Court documents state the case was dismissed in the interest of justice. And generally speaking, a dismissal in the interest of justice allows a court to dismiss a procedurally proper, so it's not like police screwed up the investigation or was filed wrong, procedurally proper but unjust or unjustifiable cause of action. In other words, yeah, we don't think these people did this thing. And he maintains that he absolutely did not. But here's the best part. It really doesn't matter. He's kind of irrelevant other than the fact that he's the one who recorded the video. He's not a part of it. It's not like he said, she said. He was just there and documented it. Now, a bunch of the messages I received were calling me out for doxing her, which is interesting because I didn't say her name anywhere. I didn't make a post with her name anywhere. I had it within like an hour and a half of posting 2 days ago. I passed it along so that the people who were involved, the parents of that child, could seek justice because she committed at the very least a misdemeanor and with the use of slurs, possibly an enhancement to a felony. I wasn't going to make a post about it. I wasn't going to dox her and put her information out there. She, however, doxed herself. That's where this picture comes from, which was posted as part of her Give, Send, Go fundraiser to help me protect my family, where she acknowledges that she is the woman in the video. And in her description of why she needs the money, said that she called that kid out for what he was. Like zero remorse for using racial slurs against a child. Incidentally, this is because she's in fear for her life because she's getting death threats and whatnot. This picture here, those children's faces blurred, I did that. Just like I blurred her child's face in the video. Because I wouldn't expose her children in the way that she clearly will while being afraid for her life. But she was asking for $100,000 and it picked up quickly because the little chodes on like Twitter started running with it. Let's all support her. She's a white supremacist like us. And as of today, she did at least fix that photo. But also, she's raised over $300,000. And she's upped the goal to $1 million. And the comments that people are leaving with their donations are about as disgusting as you would imagine they would be. The N-word, used a lot. As Jolly pointed out in this video, one guy gave $1,488 just so it could be a 1488. For those who don't know, that's a big dog whistle with the white supremacists. 14 being the 14 words we must secure for the white race, blah, blah, blah. And the 88, H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. HH as in Schmittler. She's made being a horrible racist who wanted to pursue and potentially assault a child lucrative, which is hard to wrap my head around. Now, if you don't like that, Give, Send, Go does allow you to report campaigns that you don't think should be up for the reasons you don't think they should be up. And you can certainly do that, but historically, they're pretty shitty about taking this kind of stuff down. So if you see all this and upsets you, there is something you can do. Because the Rochester chapter of the NAACP has put up a GoFundMe. There is a link in my bio to that. I did confirm with them that this is legitimate. They are talking to the man who recorded the video as well as the family of that child. So if you want to help them fight back and pursue justice for this child who was targeted in the horrible way that he was, that's one way that you can do it. And listen, as bad as it is that all these white supremacists are supporting this woman, I've seen this before. We've seen this with like Lily Gadd when she did her whole little thing and had her 5 little minutes. In fact, she made videos promoting this woman because, you know, the clout chase is real. But they're going to forget about her in like 5 minutes and then she's going to be back to being on her own. And she'll have a bunch of money, potentially, if her account and that campaign doesn't get taken down. But also, she has to walk down the streets of where she lives and everybody know exactly who and what she is.
If you want to know what to do, I have updates on Shiloh Hendrix, the adult woman I'm sure we've all heard by now who attacked a black autistic child on the playground for taking one of her kids' toys, something children often do. And now she's going mega viral on alt-right Twitter. Here you can see she's doubling down on calling the kid the N-word. And she's now successfully raised over $500,000 on Give, Send, Go because we did successfully get her GoFundMe taken down. She's doubling down on what she did to that child. Oh, and the adults trying to intervene afterwards that she also started racially attacking. She's now profiting off of racism, and some of the comments are truly horrific. But if you want a more in-depth dive on all of that, I will link Tizzy Ent's video below. And I highly recommend you go watch that. And a lot of people are asking, well, what do we do now? Yes, there is a report button on GiveSendGo, but unfortunately, the founders of GiveSendGo are public figures, and their mission for founding this site is to support horrible campaigns like that were removed off of GoFundMe, roughly. And I want to be clear again, all of this is public information that was found in like 5 minutes by just looking them up. Heather Wilson and Jacob Wells, I believe they are married and they foster children. And they were huge supporters and fundraisers for people like Kyle Rittenhouse. If you go look at their public profiles, they're not hiding anything. They're very proud of all of this. They get invited to a lot of events because of this. And I think it's always important to note that she's a very big fan of Candace Owens. But yes, these are the two public figures I'm most concerned about because they do this type of thing on the regular. But it's also important to note that the Rochester branch of the NAACP has their own GoFundMe to try and protect this 5-year-old child and their family. Because obviously, due to all of this going mega viral over on Twitter, this child and their family are the actual ones at risk here. I think it's really unfortunate how swiftly the alt-right has shown they can organize and show up for each other. And we need to start doing the same, so I highly recommend you like, share, comment, boost this, and get the word out and go check this out.
Next time some fucking right-winger tries to tell you that the right isn't racist, just remind them that they gave someone over $500,000 for being racist. They literally put their money where their mouth is, and they're fucking racist.
For everybody complaining about that woman saying the N-word to a little kid, maybe if the little kid wasn't acting like one, she wouldn't have had to say it. It's about time people start standing up for themselves.
First of all, who gave the Kroger brand version of great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather time a fucking phone? You know, whenever I start to think that I've heard them say the worst possible thing, they always seem to top themselves with something much worse. Because what in the holiest of every single fuck on this planet was that? And yet they always say, I'm not racist. We're not racist. Trump supporters aren't racist. This is what, a 5 or 6-year-old child we're talking about here, right? And what the fuck did he say at the end? It's about time people start standing up for themselves. Boca de bamboo. Sir, what in the shits, fucks, and applesauce are you talking about? It's about time that a grown woman stands up for themselves against a 5-year-old child? What the fuck do you even mean? And this adult stands up for herself by calling a child the N-word? You know, sometimes I feel like I'm living in a nightmare. It's one of those nightmares where you're stuck on the ride, It's a Small World at Disneyland, and you're going through it on a loop, and you can never get off the boat, and you can never escape it, which is one of the worst things a person could ever experience. I cannot ever imagine saying something like that, really just ever at all, let alone on a public platform on the internet for everybody to see and share and remember until the end of time. And that guy, of course, no shame. He doesn't care. I went off this ride, but I'm trapped on it. You know what? I changed my mind. I would probably rather go through this hell on a loop than have to deal with these people ever. So, all right, everyone. It's a small world after all. Come on, Susan. Small world after Keith Montreal. It's a small, small world.
Okay, TikTok, this is not a joke. By now, I know all of you have seen the video of the white woman, a mother, who used the N-word directed at a young autistic black child in the playground. She was rightfully called out for that behavior, and since then, she has cried her white tears into raising a lot of money. She's trying to raise $1 million. And here's the ugliest part about it. She has already raised $300,000. Can you guess who's donating all the money to her? It's all her white supremacist friends. These are people who in the comments are openly saying that they want to get rid of all the black people in the United States. I'm supposed to be filming a kimchi pancake video right now, and I am so upset that this woman is able to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars on the back of her explicit white supremacist views. I can't even think straight right now. All I can think about are the number of times that people have told me that racism isn't all that bad in the United States, that we've come such a long way, that you're making it out worse than it is. Why are you so divisive talking about racism? Children are being called the N-word by white people in playgrounds, and then those white people are able to raise over $250,000. They are being heralded as heroes here, right here in the United States. Not just that these everyday people are willing to part with their hard-earned money in support of white supremacy. This company, Give, Send, Go, despite having terms and conditions that clearly spell out the fact that campaigns on the basis of racism should not be allowed, has done absolutely nothing to remove this blatantly racist campaign from their platform. So we have people who are using the N-word against autistic Black children in playgrounds. We have people who are openly calling for the removal and eradication of all Black people from the United States, parting with their money. We have $300,000 raised in support of white supremacy, and now we have companies who are literally doing absolutely nothing about it. Here's the silver lining, the NAACP. Of course, the NAACP, because of course, this is what happens. They need to come out to continue propping up the moral fucking arc that appears to be collapsing all around us. They have set up a GoFundMe for the family of the young autistic child who was subjected to such disgusting hate speech. And you can donate to this fund now. I've included the link in my bio in case you need that. Shamefully, it is only at 30 grand. I know, you can't compare the amount of money that's raised in one fund against the other, but I'm human and I'm gonna do that. And I really, really need you all to make this number go way higher and prove to me and to everyone who's fucking sad as fuck right now that this is happening, that we live in a country that's filled with people who are not gonna let the white supremacists win.
So I took some screenshots of comments randomly so you guys can see what, people dropped in these comment sections. Please pause to read if you want to. So I just want us to please have a look at this comment right here. This white woman left this comment in the comment section of a Black woman who talked about this Shiloh situation. The comment says, "Enjoy Trump, baby girl. Get those cotton picking hands ready." I told you they are now in the comment sections coming for the people that are talking about Shiloh's comments. This comment right here says, "Shiloh Hendricks has raised more money, $541,644 than Carmelo Anthony, who raised $520,661. Our race is our tribe. We win." Again, not surprised. White people actually have money. Now you can please pause to read the rest of the comments. Now I know that there are some white people who are not in support of this whole thingy. I know that there are some of them who are speaking up against Shiloh's comments. But then again, I get it that some of them get angry when Black people say that we do not have allies. This is one of the reasons. So this whole thingy is given. Dropping hate speech is lucrative because you can literally say whatever you want to say and then ask people to donate money to keep you and your family safe. Okay, that is what we are doing in 2025. And you think it is okay? We are talking about a 5-year-old child. Personally, I do not believe her story, because we are talking about an autistic child. Now, I said in my previous video that children will always be kids, because when they see toys, they want to have a feel of that toy. They want to play with that toy. Now, I want you to please look at it this way. He saw a toy. He proceeded to have a feel of that toy. He wanted to play with the toy. As a mother, just say, "Okay, that's not yours. Can I have it back?" Or some mothers will be like, "Okay, you play with it." But if you do not want to, just be nice and kind enough to tell the child, "This is not your toy." And that's it. Going further, to use that word on a 5-year-old child repeatedly, and some people are out there justifying what this white woman did. Anyways, you guys, I thought to bring this update, and let me know what you all think in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another one. I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Y'all have a lovely day. Bye.